Hey guys, it's Danica. Welcome back to my channel, and I have both my dogs here because they will not leave me alone. You will not leave me alone, will you? Okay. Right in the mouth. Always. Right in the mouth. Every time. Okay. Anyway, today I'm doing my very first sit-down video, which I've never done, and I'm both excited and nervous at the same time because I don't know how this is going to pan out, but let's just get into it. So, the other day I put out a little, I don't know, thingamajig, okay, let's not make this an awkward silent moment, okay, that I was gonna do a little tips and advice from I can't speak, okay, let's try this again. Tips and advice from an 8th grade graduate, homeschool edition. So I was in public school for the majority of elementary school. It was awful. I hated it. And 3rd grade, I was in public school for 6 weeks, and then my parents took me out and homeschooled me, and then I went back to public school after that year, and then in 6th grade, I was taken out and homeschooled again. And now I'm going into 9th grade and I'm still homeschooled, and it has its perks and it has its downsides. It has its pros and cons, just like anything else. So basically I thought I would make a little homeschool edition for that, and I'm sorry this intro is very long. Anyway, I asked that you would put any questions that you had in the comments below if you're going into middle school or 7th or 8th grade or whatever, but I didn't get any, and honestly I'm to the point where I've got 2,000 something subscribers. I think I lost one, but you know what, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot as time passes, a lot of people that won't subscribe, but I really don't care. It doesn't, no reason for it to bother me. Anyway, so I'm sorry this intro is very long. Anyway, but again, my first sit down video, so but anyway, I'm to the point where I have a decent amount of subscribers, but not enough to the point where I really expect anyone to honestly comment and reply, but it is to the point where people would most likely probably read it. So if you're not homeschooled, you can watch if you want to. I don't know if this will benefit you in any way, but if you're still watching, I'm just gonna assume you're homeschooled. So let's get started. I made a little prep on my laptop. I made a little document, PowerPoint thingy to prepare for this video. So, middle school advice and tips. This is Christian Homeschool Edition. So, the first one I have is don't get stressed out or nervous. Schoolwork is schoolwork. It's no harder than elementary school, just a little more advanced. So, all throughout elementary school, every year, this was even in public school, every year I was always really nervous starting out the new year because, I don't know, I was just really afraid that the work would be like 1,000 times harder, and I was wrong every time. Not that I enjoy public school, but yeah. And being homeschooled, more or less, it's more or less like that, just because the work is more basic knowledge instead of quote-unquote abstract thinking. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, so I guess really if you're homeschooled or not, schoolwork is just schoolwork. But anyway, so don't get nervous about that. And especially going into middle school is a little even more nerve-wracking than just going from grade to grade in elementary school. Once you get into middle school, it kind of scares you a little bit more, and you're usually probably afraid that the work's going to be super duper hard, but don't be scared. Schoolwork is schoolwork. It's not harder, it's just a little more, slightly more advanced than last year. Anyway, next one, have fun. I know it seems like an awkward and scary transition between elementary and high school, but as an 8th grade graduate, I missed it already, and I'm a bit nervous about starting high school. It's not as bad as you think it is. Homeschooled or not, honestly. Well, I guess maybe if you aren't homeschooled, you will maybe benefit from this video. I don't know. But most of the questions I have are personalized because it's kind of, there are a lot of reasons it's kind of quite different than homeschool. But anyway, so it is kind of an awkward transition. Like, you're kind of in the middle of elementary school and high school, but I honestly, once I got into middle school, I kind of enjoyed it. I was like, I never want to go to high school, and I also knew that I was probably going to go by in the blink of an eye like that, and it did, and now I'm going into high school, and it's scary, and probably, I guess in like 4 years when I'm graduating high school, I can do tips and advice for high school Christian homeschool edition as well. But for right now, graduating middle school, and I know school is coming up insanely soon, which is why I wanted to do this before it was too late. Anyway, just have fun and enjoy life and enjoy middle school and enjoy life. Yes, I know I already said enjoy life, but you know, it's very important, so just emphasize that. Enjoy life. Anyway, next one, you get to pick and choose the order of each subject. So this one is, again, this is a Christian homeschool edition, so this question is more personalized for if you're homeschooled. We'll get further into that in a second. And if you're about to be homeschooled, then this video will help you as well. So, and if you are about to be homeschooled, then I'm going to go ahead and go into detail about all this. So, yeah. Okay. In elementary school, pre-K through 5th or 6th grade. For me, it was 6th grade and down. You're too young to be able to manage the order of each subject on your own. So when you're homeschooled, each set of DVDs consists of each subject being in a particular order for the same day. It's all on the same DVD. But once you reach junior high, there are separate DVDs for each subject, and you can pick the order of the subjects you do. For example, if you want to do math first, you can do math first. Okay. Basically, whether you're about to be homeschooled or you've been for a long time or for a short amount of time or whatever your situation may be, it also depends on the curriculum you do. I do a Becca, and basically 6th grade down, each DVD has whatever amount of days, like day 1 through whatever, and then the next DVD day whatever through whatever, I don't know. But basically each DVD for each day that is in that DVD has an order is, oh my goodness, Danica. Okay, try that again. Each DVD in each per day, it has the order of each subject per day in the DVDs. So for me, it was Bible, math, or arithmetic as I call it. Bible, math, I don't know, but the subjects were Bible, math, reading. Sometimes it was art. For me in 6th grade, every once in a while it was art. And history, science, I don't remember the order anymore. I forgot. I don't need to know the order anymore because I left 6th grade, but I honestly had it memorized in my head, the order of each subject that they had on those DVDs per day, but I forgot it because it's been almost 3 years. Anyway, so I cannot believe it's been almost 3 years. Dang, that went by fast. Anyway, but when you're going into junior high, cause when I started 7th grade, each DVD, each subject had its own separate set of DVDs instead of all being one set of DVDs. So you can pick and choose which subject you want to do first. So like if you want to do math first, I dread math, so I never know when to do it first or last, but I'm still working on that. But just basically, it also probably varies from curriculum to curriculum. Like, it depends on what curriculum you do, but I do a Becca and an Becca. Once you get to middle school, each subject has its own set of DVDs, so you can just do whatever you can pick the order of when you want to do each subject. Like, if you want to do math, then Bible, etc., or Bible, math, reading, whatever. Or it wasn't reading, it was English, but I don't know, same thing. I mean, actually, it was kind of a combined class, so yeah, just English in general. vocabulary, spelling, poetry, reading, grammar, whatever. But yeah, basically depending on what curriculum you use, you can pick and choose each subject. I mean, you can't pick and choose which subject you pick and choose the order of each subject you do. So if you want to do math first, you can do math first. If you want to do it last or in the middle or whatever, you can pick the order of the subjects you do. So yeah, just pick the order of the ones you do each day. Oh my goodness. Okay, I know I kind of ramble on. Still trying to figure out how to do set down videos, because again, it's my first one. Anyway, drama. At least yeah, it's my first one. I think one time I did a vlog and I don't think I uploaded it. I did do a vlog once, it did not turn out well, but anyway, next one, drama. Thankfully, when you're homeschooled, there's a minimal amount. So, that is very true. The one main thing I did not like about public school was all the drama, everyone always gossiping, everyone always talking about each other, everyone always fighting with each other, everyone always just hating each other for no reason, over some silly little whatever situation. And it always got on my nerves because every day it was drama. It's like, one day this person is friends with this person, and the next day they hate each other, and this person is friends with this person, and the next day they hate each other, and it goes back to the first person that person was friends with, and then, I don't know. I'm sure if you've been in public school you know what I mean, even though that did maybe sound kind of confusing. But anyway, that is one of the main things I hated about public school. It was every day, and I could never just generally just be there and be happy. It was pretty miserable for me, and I don't know, maybe your situation's different if you're not homeschooled, but yeah, I keep referencing that, but this may benefit for you if you are not homeschooled, but like I said at the beginning, I'm just gonna assume you are if you're watching, even though I've been directing public schoolers as well throughout this video. I'm just gonna assume you're homeschooled if you're watching. So, comparing that to public school, yes, there was a very minimal amount of drama. The only drama you can technically get is, I don't know, if it's something over like social media or whatever, or some homeschool group thingy. But usually when you're homeschooled, you don't really gossip or stuff like that. You're kind of less likely to gossip or spread drama or spread rumors or stuff like that, which is really nice. Anyway, next one, pray. This is crucial. Okay, when you're homeschooled, in parentheses, as a Christian, because growing up is tough, when you get stuck, pray about it and God will 100% get you through it every time, even if it takes a while. So, transitioning from elementary school to middle school and transitioning from middle school to high school, which is what I'm going through right now, but we're going to focus on middle school. Transitioning from elementary to middle school is scary and it's confusing because you feel like you're growing up so fast, but at the same time, it's like everyone's telling you to grow up, but at the same time, everyone's telling you you're still a little kid, and it's confusing and it's weird and it's a really awkward age. Not that you can't enjoy that age, but I made the best of it and just embraced that age. But yeah, especially going into your tween and teen years, it's kind of rough. Things can get a lot rougher. Your emotions go haywire, especially if you're a girl like me. And when you're homeschooled, a Christian homeschooler, when you're homeschooled as a Christian, pray about it and God will 100% get you through every time, even if it takes a while. And yeah, sometimes you feel like you're praying and God's not answering your prayers, but He will. Just be patient and just do what He tells you to do, and do what you can do, and just hang in there. And I know that from experience, because there have been times where I've gotten discouraged. For example, Due to a band my sister listened to when she was little, I've been trying to start my own band for Christian kids since I was 11, and I have playlists of them on my channel, so I'll just, I don't know, just go into the playlist and you'll find pure energy stuff. I'm sure I've referenced it a lot on this channel, or in the least I use their music all the time because I'm obsessed with them because they were my childhood. Anyway, so that could get discouraging, but sometimes it's hard, but just pray and just have faith, even though it's really hard sometimes, and just hang in there. Next one, focus. This is a very important one. It can get super hard to focus when there's so many things you're excited about / would rather be doing. I know this from experience, and I do know this from experience. But no matter how hard it is, the better you focus, the faster it goes, the more you enjoy it, and the easier it is. And this is true, especially going into middle school, because it's a little more stressful than it would be in elementary school, just because you feel like it's going to be 10 times harder, and sometimes maybe you feel like it's more confusing, even if it's just in your head, or you just have a harder time focusing, because I feel like the older you get, each grade, even though as you get older your attention span technically broadens, is that a word? I don't know, whatever. Your attention span grows as you get older. You I don't know, but when you're, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, your attention span grows as you get older, but the older you get, the more advanced your subjects get, and the harder it can be to focus, because it might be more or less boring, I guess. I don't know. But just do the best you can, and it's very hard, and I know, and I do kind of have ADD, and I really have trouble clearing my mind, so it's frustrating because I'll miss half the lesson, and then I'll be like, wait, what? And with the DVDs you can rewind, but if I've missed several 30, 40, 20, 30, 35, 40 minutes, whatever, I usually don't want to rewind. Well, if I miss 45 minutes, then that was a little, I don't even think some of the lessons are 40. Never mind, just if I miss a lot of it, I have a hard time wanting to just go back and rewind it. It depends on how much I missed, or I'll miss some off and on, but just, it's easier to just focus in general and just set your mind and just know and just set everything else aside, and you can think about it later after you're done with the work you're doing. So focus. And it is a lot harder because you're not sitting live in front of a teacher. It is a DVD, but it's not the actual, you're not sitting in a classroom with the teacher, so it is a lot harder to get distracted, but just do your best and focus. So next one, it gets kind of lonely. Every homeschooler knows that because you don't get to talk to kids your age 5 days out of the week, it gets lonely and can be pretty hard to make friends sometimes. But there are plenty of programs and or activities designed especially for that, so as a homeschooler you can make friends, and sometimes it helps a ton just to get out in public and do stuff. In my case, going to youth group every Wednesday helps quite a bit. So our old church did not have a youth group since I was in 4th grade, and by the time I turned 13, there was no youth group, and it was very upsetting. I was like, it's not fair, why can't I be in youth group? So sometime in early June, we are now going to a different church that has a youth group, and I'm starting to make friends, and it's nice, and just getting out in public and just meeting people in general. And also there are programs for homeschooled kids, so you can meet kids your age, and I was really stubborn about that when I first started, because I was like, I don't want to do this or this or this. I just want to be able to get out and meet people, but sometimes it does help a lot. So yeah, and if you're just about to if you're about to be homeschooled, don't worry, because those social programs and whatever, you'll be able to meet people, so you don't have to be lonely. Even if you get bored, hobbies help as well. This is one of my hobbies. So hobbies are good to have in general. So yeah, don't overthink it. Why am I homeschooled? I feel so lonely all the time. Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this really the right thing? Those thoughts constantly cross my mind. Don't let it happen to you. If God put you in the situation, just let go and let him guide you. Okay. So when I first started, when I first started being homeschooled, I was back and forth all over the place. I was like, this work is so overwhelming. I'm never gonna get used to it. Blah, 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 blah. I'm lonely, but at the same time, I hate public school, and sometimes I am still kind of back and forth on that. Sometimes it's hard to just settle with it and just accept it, that that's your life and that God will guide you, but just know that he will, and don't get discouraged and don't overthink it like I did. Don't be like me and overthink everything and be like, okay, I hate public school, but or if you've never been in public school, I don't know, but or if you don't hate public, I don't know, but anyway, it's like, for me, it was like, I hate public school, but I'm lonely, and it's like the work in public school is hard, but the work here is still kind of overwhelming. I'm still trying to get used to it. It's harder to keep a schedule, you know, stuff like that. But just don't overthink it. Don't be like me. Okay, this next one is not for boys, so if you're a boy, honestly, I guess I'll just put however many seconds you have to skip ahead for this to avoid this awkward situation. I've never been very open about this. I've never really talked about it, but I thought, I'm a girl, and as of all the girls who probably watch my channel that have to deal with this, I will just start being open about it, because the struggle, okay, periods. For girls only. Typically, middle school is around the time you start that job, what time of the month. They sound pretty scary, and they're honestly no fun, but there's really nothing to be scared of. And taking care of them and having the proper hygiene that comes with it is not as hard as you would think. So I was in 6th grade when I started. Sometimes that's middle school, sometimes it's, some places that's middle school, some places it's still elementary. For me, the curriculum I did at Becca, it was still elementary. And that is when I started that job. What time of the month? When I was 12, I believe 12 is usually the average age that girls start their periods. So I just feel so awkward saying, I just feel so weird saying it out loud. I never have before, but anyway, you know what the heck. Anyway, that was the time when I started mine, and I just remember hating it because just, I don't know, it just seemed so overwhelming, and like just having the proper hygiene for that, and I just didn't want to wear pads because I thought they felt like diapers, and I thought I would never get used to wearing them. If this is TMI, whatever. But again, if you are a boy watching this, then I told you when to skip ahead. So, I mean, then I have put in the subtitles how far you have to skip ahead to avoid this. So if you're still, if you did not skip ahead, then it's your own, and you're a boy, then it's your own fault. But sorry. Anyway, just saying. But I didn't want to wear them because they felt like diapers and they were like so uncomfortable. But I did get used to them, and I thought I would not. And if you have started recently or might start, depending on, I don't know, usually I think 6th grade, which a lot of times is elementary school, but sometimes it's middle school. Maybe some people, I don't know, some people start earlier, some people start later. Some people start in 9th grade. I think that is as late as you can start, which is, I'm going into 9th grade, so yeah, it depends, but it's actually not as, it's not much fun with all the backaches and stomach cramps and stuff like that, but it's not as bad as you would think. Dating. Question mark, question mark. Okay, this is gonna get a little awkward. Don't get mad. I mean, not in a bad way, just for me it's awkward. I don't know why. Don't get mad if your parents say you're too young to date. They're just trying to do what's best for you. And being completely honest, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to date or allowed to or not. My dad said to wait until I'm 16. IDK. I honestly have no idea. If I am or not, it's kind of a confusing thing. It's like, am I allowed to? Am I not allowed to? I'm honestly not sure anymore. But I don't know. If I ever meet someone that I would like to date, then I don't know, but if your parents are saying you're too young to date, then you're just trying to look out for you. And my dad did say to wait until I'm 16, and it's kind of a back and forth ordeal. It's like, I honestly don't know what's going on anymore, so I just kind of, I don't know, I just haven't really, I am single, so, you know. Anyway, next one, hold on. No, that was the title of the thing, sorry. Hold on. Okay, emotions get so wild. All I can really say is hold on. So especially as you're in your late tween years, early teen years, or just all of your teen years, emotions get crazy, and middle school is one of the main times that they get pretty bizarre. Middle school and high school, sometimes maybe even late elementary school. It depends, especially when you start your period if you're a girl. If you're a girl, like me. Okay, I don't know why I'm randomly singing. Also, I can sing way better than that. Anyway, but your emotions go haywire at about this time of life, adolescence years, not fun. Especially if you're a girl. So just hold on. Hang in there. And also pray about it. Okay, this next one, if you're about to be homeschooled, I will explain further, but if you are already homeschooled, then you understand and you'll be able to relate to this. You're not stupid. Homeschool stereotypes. Let's get to the bottom of them. Homeschool stereotypes. People think that because we are educated at home, that we are stupid. So, yes, there are people that give us a bad reputation because they do it incorrectly. Like people who just take, I don't know, just parents who maybe take books that they used when they were homeschooled when they were kids and just give it to their kids and just hand it to them and just try to figure it out. People who just do it wrong. And for my curriculum, it's Rebecca, and I have the DVDs. I did not have the DVDs in 3rd grade, but I have them now. And you would honestly probably, I don't know, if you're about to be homeschooled, then you would probably be surprised on all the I don't even know what I'm saying, but the stereotypes are quite offensive actually and hurtful, because a lot of people make fun of homeschoolers because they think they're stupid, but honestly, if you compare a typical homeschooler to a typical public schooler, and I'm not saying public schools are stupid, I was one myself, it was horrible, as I said 1,000 times, but just the stereotypes are kind of hurtful, and there are a lot of things that you learn when you're homeschooled that you wouldn't learn in public school, or that you learn quicker, or I don't know. Like one time this was in 6th grade, I told some of the kids in my neighborhood to spell autonomous, and they started spelling it, and they only got to two letters, and I was like, wrong. They said AT. I was like, no, wrong. You already got it wrong. So, just saying, if you're doing it correctly, then yeah, but there are people who do it incorrectly that give us a bad reputation, but yeah, just saying, if you're homeschooled, you are not stupid. Homeschoolers are, in fact, the majority of homeschoolers are very, 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 very smart, so yeah. Next one, enjoy it. It's really not that bad, and there's so much more bad to enjoy than you might think, homeschooled or not. So if you're not homeschooled, then yeah, it's a lot rougher. You're a lot more likely to get peer pressure, bully, gossiping, drama, stuff like that. But so if you're not homeschooled, then I don't know, I'm sure there's some things you can enjoy, like just hanging out with your friends, and if you are homeschooled, then, you know, all those social groups you can go to for other homeschoolers that you can meet people, and just getting out in general and just meeting kids your age and having fun. And there's a lot of things to love about being homeschooled. It has its benefits, like you don't have to deal with, you're a lot less likely to have to deal with drama or bullying or gossiping or peer pressure. I mean, there's all of that stuff in everyday life anyway, but you are a lot less likely to have to endure it. Endure it. I honestly don't know. I don't know. You're less likely to have to deal with it. So that is a very good, that's one of the big perks about it. And there's a lot of other perks about it as well. You can just be in a good environment and also do it from the comfort of your own home, and just be in a good environment where you're safe and you're happy and you feel a lot more loved, because when you're in public school it can be quite a bit harder to feel loved. I had that struggle myself, and if I'm rambling on, I'm sorry, because again, I'm still trying to figure out how to form sentences like a normal human person, and again, I'm not used to sit down videos, so yeah, things I've said 1,000 times, or awkward silence, or just times where I can't form words like a human, is because I'm still getting used to sit down videos. Anyway, last one, keep God in the center. This is very crucial. As I said earlier, there have been times where I've struggled with being discouraged, and if you do not keep God in the center of your life, things are going to become a mess. And some people do go through stages where they're rebellious or just like experimenting with other things, just an experimental stage or a rebellious stage or whatever. But your best bet, no matter how hard it is to keep God in the center, even if sometimes you don't prioritize things like having daily devotions, reading your Bible, praying, stuff like that. And I can say from personal experiences, I tend to struggle with that, and I get very mad at myself for it. But just know that your best bet is to keep God in the center and just trust Him and just pray when you're struggling, and just in general, in life in general, whether you're going through a hard time or not, just keep God in the center, and it will make your life a lot easier, I promise. So, if you're homeschooled, I hope you benefited from that video. If I'm rambling on again for the 1,000th time, it's because I'm not used to sitting down videos. I know I've said that 1,000 times. But if you're homeschooled, I hope you benefited from that. And good luck in middle school. And don't be afraid, because you will be just fine. You'll be okay. Everything will be okay. And if you're really stressed out about it, just take a deep breath and just calm down and just kind of meditate on the things that you've been told throughout this video that I've told you, regardless of the fact of whether I've rambled on or not, or had a hard time forming sentences like a person usually would. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please click like and subscribe. Comment down below if this video helped you at all, and if you have any more questions, please put them in the comments below so I can answer them. And have a great day, and Jesus loves you. Bye!